All right, what's up, YouTube? We are here with the league race. I'm going to start off with qualifying. I'm not going to show the full lap. I'm just going to show the end of it. I don't want to bore us too much with just an empty qualifying lap here. Set of 122.5. Not great, not terrible. That was just the best I did for the day. And then the next quality lap, I proceeded to go off track, so it was a swift ending for me. But we're gonna get started with the sprint race here. I'm gonna take us through the first couple laps. I just want to talk about getting back into league racing. I'm really excited. I finally decided to rejoin an old league I was in. I finally have gotten myself a new rig instead of racing on my desk after all these years of having a wheel. I finally got an actual cockpit and actually got myself
457 B license.
A good wheel. You know, got myself a Moza R3, and I think now I can finally start being competitive, and I'm
Wilson, it looks like
really starting to see the difference already. And as you can tell, there's always chaos in lap one of any race, even a league race, as clean as they can be. But we're just keeping it smooth here. We're just trying to keep our pace steady and not make any mistakes early on. But yeah, I finally got myself a direct drive wheel, cockpit, and I'm feeling some confidence. You know, I'm feeling some confidence. So I'm starting to get back into league racing. And it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing this again. There's a level of respect and clean racing you can expect in an actual league race compared to the official series, you know. So I feel more competitive after the first few weeks, about a month of having an actual rig now. So yeah, I'm jumping back in, and I always love this league, so I decided to give it another shot. Got me back in for round 8 of their season here at Snetterton, or Snickerdoodle. I don't know how to say this track name, okay? Giving it the best we got. But I never raced here before, and this practice session for the league was really the first laps I ever got in, you know, admittedly. But as you can see, lots of people making mistakes early on, and I'm just trying to keep pace with everybody. And this guy, both of them go wide, honestly, and I get a run on him. I decide, you know what, I get enough of an overlap coming up on the corner, I'm just going to go for it.
Still the right side's clear.
And that's exactly what I do. Get the position, keep it clean. I thought about going against this guy, but he braked as late as he needed to, and he was able to keep me behind. So good start to the race, nothing crazy. Got a couple positions on me. We're going to fast forward here.
McLeod, car number
and
15 is now
we can see there now he's going, bringing the fight to the guy in front of him. So in this track, I've noticed fighting through corners really slows you down, especially turn 4 and 5 here. Immediately, they both get slowed down tremendously, and I'll catch right back up to the both of them, honestly. I did hit that curb on the exit though, which, you know, later in the video we'll see that turns out to be my demise. But clean race so far. Clean race so far. I'm happy with my pace overall, and just being able to keep up with these guys and even fight in the top 10, you know, my first week back. I think that's an accomplishment in and of itself. But we're going to fast forward here again, and again, you know, if you just don't hold pace through some of these turns, and once again I hit that inside curb and I start making a little bit of a mistake, but my overall focus here is just keeping up. And I feel like if I can just stay behind them, you know, they'll make a mistake. As you see, the guy behind me makes a mistake, and I'm just feeling a little anxious, you know, with my first race back, and I keep getting a couple off tracks. But I stick with it, you know. Perseverance is the name of the game, and dedication. And again, he just goes a little wide and makes him another mistake, and I just kept feeling like, you know what, if I just stay here, stay behind him, stay close, he's gonna make a big enough mistake, and I'll be able to get this position. So focus on staying close. You know, the real key for me was not falling back, which I kind of did to the main group up ahead, but that was inevitable. I don't have the pace that these guys have, man. These guys are quick. All these guys are quick. So Fast forward again, and he seems to make a big mistake here. He just doesn't really have the line and kind of has a huge moment. And it really keeps me behind him, but not quite close enough to make a move just yet. But I feel it coming. He feels the pressure. I'm still there. One big mistake, and that's my position. So patience is really the name of the game. And I was feeling good. I really was feeling good, you know. Obviously, I wasn't feeling strong enough to fight at the front, but you know, keeping up with these top 10 guys, you know, it was a confidence booster. And I really get the run on him here, but while I felt like I could have gone for this move, I backed out. I was hoping he made a big enough mistake to capitalize. And again, I get the run on him, but I wanted to keep it a clean race, and I didn't want to make any risky maneuvers that would cost not only myself the race, but somebody else. I didn't want to ruin anybody else's race. So I kept it clean. I let him go. I figured, you know what? Maybe he'll make a mistake. And that's just what we're going for here. And again, coming through turn 4, turn 5, he really just can't keep it under control. And I get a run on him, but I didn't feel confident going through this curve side by side. So I back out, let him have it. I figured, you know, we'll get our run on him. He'll make his mistake, and we'll get that place back. But he kept it smooth as best as he could. And you know, there's only so much I can do in these cars, especially in spec Mazdas. You know, there's no real car advantage when you're all running the same car. So you just gotta hope for a mistake when the pace is even, you know. And I try to get the switch back. I try to get some momentum on him through the last turn, and it just didn't play out in my favor. But that's all right. It was a good race. It was a good sprint race. I'm not upset with it. P9, you can't beat it.
P9. Okay, it's over.
And we're gonna move on to the feature race here. Feature race was 30-minute race, and it's, you know, a lot tougher. You know, there's no easier way to say it. It's a lot tougher. But this race, I can admit, didn't go as well as the first one. It just procedurally unravels for me lap by lap. But I think I did the best I could, and I got the best result that I could have gotten considering the situation. And like I said, as you can tell, lap 1, immediately losing 2 places, just getting pushed wide. And in these cars, if you're in the outside line and, you know, cars just line up and take the inside line, there's truly nothing you can do about it. You just got to hold your line, wait for him to get past, and find your way back into the line. So that's essentially what happened there. And I figured, you just head down. I can get these places back through mistakes. And it was a very interesting race. Very interesting. Completely different than the first race, in my opinion. But that's just, you know, the name of the game. No 2 races are ever the same, you know, so.
Okay, Luigi, the next car is Kevin.
This was more about
B license.
trying to make up what I lost. And I think ultimately I was just losing. I didn't have the same pace that I had in the first race. And I really struggled to find it. Lots of hard moments, lots of tough moments, and I couldn't keep it together. I really couldn't keep it together. As you can see, I struggle to stay within the lines. Jim's constantly yelling at me. All right, the guy's gonna get fired eventually. I'm tired of it. But these two start fighting, and once again, you know, you lose so much time fighting through any of these corners on this track in these cars, and I'm able to catch back up to the pack, and the goal is to stay with the pack at this point. It's not even trying to make overtakes happen. I don't feel like I have the pace. Once again, I'm just going there. I'm just can't stay within the track. And I think to myself, as long as I can stay with these guys, maybe they'll make a mistake and I'll make up some places. I don't see myself, you know, getting overtakes on any of these guys. They were quick. And I just wasn't quick enough to outpace them, and I make a huge mistake here and just completely outbrake myself and hit the guy. Thankfully, it didn't ruin his race, but took a little bit of damage, and I kind of I got a little frustrated, and I think that threw my whole entire pace off, and I just make a huge mistake here and I go completely wide and
Clear left.
get the guy.
Exiting Murray's.
The guy gets the run on me and there's just nothing I can do about it. And I thought this guy was going to get the run on me through this turn, but
Clear right.
he really backs out, gives me the space, and he lets me have it, which I can appreciate. And like I said, there's a lot of respect in league racing. Lots of patience, you know, there's an understanding of, you know, you don't have to make every overtake happen as soon as the situation arises. You know, you can just be patient and an overtake will come. And a lot of these guys understand that. So that's what makes league racing fun, and that's why I'm glad to be back. You know, this is really where it gets exciting for me, and I think there's a lot of good racing to come. Lots of new stuff to come in their new seasons from what I've been seeing on their Discord. I'll talk to the admins and make sure and confirm, you know, I can
Still there.
you know, offer up the Discord for anybody who wants to join and they're watching this video. And you know, we always want to build numbers. You always want to have a full grid. And as you can tell, once again, my race is just unraveling before our eyes here. I just have no pace and I'm just getting overtaken left and right. And at this point, I'm just trying to keep it together. I just don't want to spin out. I'm trying to stay with the pack. And I'm doing the best I can, you know, but it wasn't quite the race I wanted it to be, but ultimately it could have been worse. Like, these guys, huge moment, big crash. Looks like the pink car took some damage. Make up a place, thankfully, and you know, that's one place gotten, but at this point, just keeping our head down and trying to stay with these guys. These guys were quick. I was making too many mistakes to keep up, and it was up to me to make up that time and stay consistent. And as you can see, when you stay consistent and keep your lap times the way they need to be, you can really catch back up to the pack. You know, they fight a little bit, and as you can see, just a gaggle of cars, you know, about halfway through this race. And as long as, you know, they keep fighting and we stay consistent, the places will come, as they say. Let them come. But the most important thing is to finish the race and finish it cleanly, because, you know, the biggest thing in racing is, in order to finish first you have to finish. And as you can tell, I am on track to not finish this race. I am all over the place, can't keep the car together. I keep hitting other cars, and I was just really worried. But there was a small gap here. I figured keep a decent pace. Maybe we'll catch up with these guys, but keep a decent pace and the guys behind won't catch up and lose any more spots. But lots of hard racing going on here. Somebody else goes wide, and we're just playing the game of catch up, even though I don't like it on my burgers. But that's the hand we're dealt with this race, you know, and just going wide again. Can't keep it within the lines, but I'm just trying to keep pace because these guys were so quick and there was just nothing I can do about it. But thankfully for me, they were fighting a lot, and we're just hoping we can get some slots back, you know. And overall, I had fun. Even though this race wasn't what I wanted it to be, I had a lot of fun, and lots more racing to come, you know, lots more videos. And this is where the race truly unravels for me. I make up one place, which was good. The guy completely almost bends it. Thankfully, he saved himself just enough. But as you can see here, the faster class starts approaching, the BMWs, and this guy started coming in so quick. And I really thought he was going to jump up the inside, and he didn't. So I went wide, and he ended up diving on the inside, and I hit that inside curb again. And as you can tell, I couldn't turn the car in enough, and I clip him, ruining his race. I feel so bad. I really do feel so bad. There's nothing I can... Well, there's a lot I could have done, but I try to keep myself up, and it was just a domino effect of bad mistakes. But I apologize to him. You talked about it, you know, there's no bad blood, but it was my fault. And it was that death curb on the inside. And later on in the race, you know, there's a whole pile up here, huge accident, multiple class cars, everybody's involved. So again, making up a couple places, not by overtaking, but just by sticking with it, you know. And that's all I could have done at this point. And once again, to my luck, 11th place went in for the pits in the end of the race here, so I made up another place, thankfully. And
Blue flag.
yeah, it could have been worse, but it could have been a lot better. And, you know, due to my own mistakes and my own lack of pace, I didn't get the result I wanted, but I'm not mad about it. You know, I'm not mad about it. It was a good result and ultimately a lot of fun.
Right side.
This guy just cuts up on the inside here, really freaks me out. I thought I was gonna have a moment there and lose some more places, but I gave him enough space and I kept enough pace for myself to not have a moment. But it was a good race. I had a lot of fun, and despite my errors and mistakes, we had a good result. P11.
2 minutes to go.
I'm not mad about it. You know, on to the next one. I think I couldn't have asked for a better outcome, you know, for my first race back. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.